Guys, thanks so much for joining me for a full body reformer workout today. My name's Emily. We are going to go ahead and begin right away. I have 3 heavy springs and 1 red spring on, or 1 medium spring on my machine. That's 3 greens and 1 red. For my footwork, you can go ahead and place whatever your traditional footwork springs are. For the warm-up, I'm going to go ahead and come down, lying on my back. My headrest is raised. I'm going to go ahead and place my feet gently on the foot bar. I'm on my arch person, but place them wherever you're comfortable to begin. We're going to begin with some light breathing. I'm going to go ahead and shake out my legs real fast, encouraging my quads and my hip flexors to soften gently. From there, I'm going to go ahead and find my sacrum, the area between my hip bones and my tailbone on my back, and flatten it against the mat. I'm going to feel as if there's a hollow bowl in the front of my abdominals. As my belly button sinks gently to my spine. I have a slight lift between the top of my hip bones to my 12th rib down my back. Go ahead and place your fingers back there to find it. It's much lower than you think it is. My rib cage is melting into the mat as I draw my ribs strongly together in the front. My shoulder blades are flat. I'm thinking of widening them so they'll flatten even further against the carriage or the mat. Opening up my shoulders, relaxing my sternum in the front, and making the smile of my collarbone even wider. I can flip my palms to the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, drawing my belly in even deeper. I'm going to take another inhale. I'm going to think of breathing down the backs and sides of my ribs rather than up through the top. I'm going to exhale by narrowing my rib cage. On the inhale, I'm going to widen my rib cage. On the exhale, I'm going to narrow it. One more breath and lateral breathing. That's breathing from your sides. Think of breathing all the way down your lungs rather than just on the top part. And exhale. And then I'm going to float my feet up. Bring the heels of my feet together. My knees are wide. I'm squeezing in on my inner thighs, squeezing my glutes. I'm going to place my balls of my feet down on my foot bar. I still have my same body shape. I'm not going to tuck my pelvis, drawing it towards my sort of tilted when I press up. So begin by pressing. I'm going to squeeze my glutes and my hamstrings and use my inner thighs to draw my legs together. And then I'm going to come back in on the exhale. I'm going to inhale out. Feel free to leave your palms flipped towards the ceiling to encourage a softening of your shoulder blades if you need to. If you're feeling a little tense across the top of your body. We're going to inhale out with the same number of counts that we exhale back in. So inhale out, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and inhale. Straighten your legs by squeezing your glutes. Don't pop into your knees, and exhale. You'll be able to feel the pop as opposed to squeezing the glutes more strongly and coming all the way up to straighten your legs. Let's do one more. And exhale. From there, I'm going to bring my feet together, squeezing my inner thighs, my knees, my calves, ankles, and big toes. I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm gently curling my toes over the foot bar. I'm pressing my heels as far under the foot bar as I can right now. I have a strong press, and as I press that, I'm going to press my heels under even further as I straighten my legs. No tucking or tilting on this. You may feel the need to tilt, but we're going to go ahead and maintain a neutral pelvis, maintaining the neutral body position that we first worked on in breathing before we began our footwork. And I'm going to inhale out with the same number of counts, and exhale back in. Still squeezing my legs completely. Softening in my shoulders. Stabilizing with the backs of my body from between my shoulders to over my hips. This is not moving. In Pilates, oftentimes the part of your body that's working the hardest is the part that's not moving at all, or the part that's stabilizing. Inhale and exhale. We're still working on our lateral breathing here. So breathing down the sides and the backs of our lungs. Here's 9. One more. Squeeze your glutes strongly to straighten your legs. From there, I'm going to float my legs up together, using my abdominals to lift my legs, not my hip flexors. Place my heels on the foot bar. Flex my feet, strongly pulling my big toe back to my knee. I'm going to inhale to press out, and exhale to pull back in. Again, not tucking or tilting. As I press out, really engaging my glutes to move the machine. Inhale, and exhale, drop your belly button to your spine, feeling it sink. And exhale. Here's 6. And 7. 8. Just 2 more. Go ahead and shake out your neck. Release any tension that you might have in your neck. The back and base of your skull should be resting gently on your headrest. From there, I'm going to point and flex my feet. I'm doing it in tandem. You can do it together. I'm going to float my feet up, bring them to a wide V on my heels. I'm turning out by rotating my femur in the hip socket, but I still have tension on the inside of my thighs. I'm not letting my legs collapse open and just allowing, everything to go willy-nilly. I'm going to squeeze up through the outside of my legs. I'm going to squeeze up through my inside of my inner thigh. I'm going to flex my toes back strongly to my knee. And again, I'm going to squeeze my glutes and yearn the tops of my inner thighs together to straighten my legs. I feel strongly that my inner thighs are pulling at the top. And inhale. And exhale. Again, go ahead and check on your neutral spine. Do you have a flat sacrum? Exhale back in. Do a slight lift in your low back. Are all 12 ribs melting on the mat? So popping up. You're drawing your ribs together in the front as if you're wearing a corset. Nice wide collarbone area, nice and relaxed. Don't pop into that back. Leave your scapula or shoulder blades flat and wide on the mat. Keep breathing. Here's 9. And squeeze. And down. This is our final one with a flexed foot. And down. Go ahead and stay in the same position with your legs, but come up onto the balls of your feet on the foot bar. From here, we're going to go ahead and inhale up and exhale back in. No tucking or tilting to press out. Inhale, squeezing your glutes strongly at the top. It almost feels as if you're pulling in so strongly with your upper inner thighs and squeezing your glutes. You can feel your pelvis narrowing almost. Inhale and exhale. 2 more, and we're going to speed it up a little bit after this. Remember, keep the backs of your body completely stable. Press into the mat or carriage gently with your upper arms, with your triceps, and we're going to speed it up now for 1, 2, 3, and in. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and in. At this point, it should be easier for you to maintain the stability in your body while still speeding it up. If it's not, please go ahead and slow it down a little bit. From there, I'm going to make my feet, or the balls of my feet, light on the foot bar. I'm going to squeeze my legs together in the center. I'm going to bring my feet down in a high heel, forced arch, or demi-point position. They all mean the same things. It means you're up on the balls of your feet. I'm squeezing my inner thighs, my knees, my ankles, and my toes, all the way through the center of my feet. And I'm going to press out on 1, 2, 3, and in. 2, 3. Same counting pattern. And 5. Really feel the stretch out the front of your hip flexors. Enjoy the lengthening of the carriage and the springs. Feel the two-way stretch as your feet press through the foot bar, but your head is reaching up through the top of your reformer. Let's do 1 more and stay up there. From there, we're going to trot. I'm going to drop my left heel under the foot bar while my right knee bends to reach over the foot bar. I'm going to raise my left foot so both heels meet, and then I'm going to drop my right heel, bending my left knee. I'm maintaining stability in my hips. I'm not rocking back and forth as I do this. I'm not tucking or tilting my pelvis. Here's 2. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and speed it up. A little bit at a time. Squeeze your glutes. Make sure that you're not tucking or tilting or rocking. Still breathing. Still a loose neck. Nice long neck. Reaching down and reaching up. One more set. Stay up at the top. We're going to lower both heels for 1, 2, 3, and raise. 2, 3, and lower. 2, 3. Squeeze everything up and through the center. And lower. Zip it up through the center to lift. And lower. Feel everything tightening towards your midline. Don't pop your ribs. Maintain your neutral spine. Nice long neck. 3 more. Here's 8. Squeezing everything together. All the way down. And lifting it up. 1 more. 1, 2, 3. And lift. 2, 3. From there, drop your heels under the foot bar and slowly bend your knees. Maintaining your neutral spine as you bring the carriage over the foot bar. From there, we're going to do some roll-ups with our legs draped over the foot bar. I have my legs in a frog position, meaning I am turned out. I'm squeezing my heels strongly. I'm yearning my inner thighs together. My knees are not hooked over the foot bar, hanging on for dear life. I have the tops of my calves right here, resting over the foot bar, so that I'm not able to hook. I'm dependent on my lower abdominals. Instead of reaching our arms all the way back as we would in classical mat, which was a little difficult due to the shoulder blocks, we're going to reach our arms up so that our fingertips are coming directly out of where our sternum and our 12th rib meet, or our sports bra. From here, I'm going to leave my legs pressing into the foot bar. I'm going to inhale out of my chin to my chest. Oof. The first one's rough. Grab behind your knees and exhale to come all the way up, reaching forward. I'm going to inhale, tucking my tailbone. Really controlling the downward motion. Squeeze my heels and exhale down. Let's see if we can do it this time, or if I can do it this time, right? I'm going to inhale and exhale after my sacrum begins to peel off. I'm going to inhale back and exhale down. Inhale. Exhale to lift, still bringing my ribs together. Inhale, drawing my shoulder blades down my back, not allowing them to creep towards my ears. Here's 5. From here, I'm going to make my left leg light, and using my lower abdominals, I'm going to pulse it up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower my leg, squeeze my heels once again. Inhale, tucking my tail, pulling back, bringing my fingertips up to the ceiling. Last one. Inhale, exhale to left, making my right leg light. I'm going to float it up using my lower abdominals and then pulse it. 4, 5, 6. This is not a hip flexor move. Lower your foot. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the mat. Bring your fingertips up to the ceiling. From there, we're going to do the hundreds in this position. No straps. Scooch away from the shoulder blocks if you're too tight so you can curl up. We're going to flip both legs up using your lower abdominals. Inhale. Exhale to curl up. And we're going to inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice wide collarbone still. Reaching strongly with your fingertips towards your standing platform or the end of your reformer, down by your springs. Inhale. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeezing your heels strongly so that you're engaging through your inner thighs, and squeeze your glutes. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more set. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaving your legs for there. Float your arms up to the ceiling. Rest your head and your shoulders. Draw your knees into your chest with control. Giving yourself a gentle rock from side to side. From there, we're going to come to the side of our machine. Come to sitting up. Drop your foot bar. I'm going to change my springs to one blue. Or I'm sorry, one light. That's one blue in my machine. I'm going to drop my headrest, come down onto my side. I've placed my arms behind my shoulder blocks. I'm reaching up, lifting up out of my side. If this is too hard for you, you can go ahead and place your elbow down, your arm, elbow, so that your head is in your hands, or come like this, or you can even come down here and bend your leg in, which you'll have to do. Lift your headrest if you'd like a spot for your head. But I'm going to be up so that I can do the exercises a little bit differently. I'm going to raise my hand up. I have squeezed both my inner thighs. My hips are stacked. I'm lifted. I'm pressing up out of my armpit. I'm going to pull my hand down to my side and lift and chill. I'm keeping my arm coming straight up and out. I'm not allowing the carriage to come all the way to the bumper on my machine. So I'm never losing tension. Stay down on 8 and now lift both legs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now reach with your hand down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Abs to your spine. Make sure you're not twisting. And both hips are stacked and your shoulders are stacked as well. Now we're going to combine them. So reach and lift 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bend your arm in. Allow yourself to come to the bumper. We're going to scoot up so that when we roll over, we're not going to fall off the side of our form. So we're going to rock back onto our sacrum. Want to make sure that we're not going to fall off here, right? I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to lift. I'm tucking my tail. I'm curling up. I'm reaching my fingers towards my toes. From there, I begin to untwist, rocking back to my side. Coming over so my legs are long in the beginning position. I'm still squeezing my legs up as I do a side twist crunch. It is teaser-esque, but it is not teaser. And lifting. And come back down to the side. My shoulder is not behind or in front of my elbow. I scoot it up towards the front shoulder block on my machine so that I wouldn't twerk anything out. If this is bothering you, please do not continue with this movement. I lost count. So we'll go ahead and do one more. Flat abs. Drawing them to your spine. They might not be flat. They feel flat on the inside. And that's good enough for me. Carefully bring your arm in. Draw the machine real fast. From there, we're going to go ahead. We're going to face the back, or the other side of the machine, I'm sorry. We're going to face the other side of the machine. After this, we're going to do a fun series. 5. I'm going to come down. I'm engaging the back chain of my body. My hips are stacked. My shoulders are stacked. I'm lifting up out of my side. I'm reaching my arm to the ceiling. I've engaged my lats, hollowing out underneath my arm, keeping tension in the straps. I pull down to my side, and I lift, and I pull, and lift. Here's 3, 4. Make sure you're not twisting your body. 5. You want your hips all the way stacked so you're not putting any unnecessary pressure on your low back. And here is 8. And now we're going to we're going to do a double leg lift for 8, 7, 6. Squeeze your inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now leaving your legs squeezed, so leaving this leg lift, we're going to reach 1, 2, oblique crunch. 3, reach your ribs to your hips. 6, 7, 8. Now do both for 8. So squeeze. Leave your legs squeezed together the whole time, not like I just did. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now bring your carriage in gently. Scoot forward. We're going to do the side oblique teaser, modified teaser twist. We're going to reach up. I'm going to rock over my sacrum. Crunch, bringing my ribs to my hips. Bring my fingertips up towards my feet. I'm going to come back down to the side. Uncurling with control. Lifting up out of my side, closest to the carriage. And squeeze my legs to crunch. And down. Here's 3. And inhale. I'm feeling this shake. I don't know about you guys. When I come through the center, I am tucking, coming up into a curved position or a C-shaped position. My back is resting gently on the shoulder block, but it is not pressing into it strongly. Let's do 2 more. And down. And 1 more. And down. Bending your elbow gently, allowing the machine to come into the thunder. We're going to turn around and face our uprights or the back of our machine. If you need to, go ahead and change up for feet straps. I'm going to come down, making sure I have a hand's width from the edge, from my back of my tailbone to the back edge of my machine. I'm going to bring my straps up. I'm going to, change up. I'm going to change my springs for 1 medium. That's 1 red for me. I'm going to take my strap and bring it up over my thigh. I have the D-ring or the metal facing to the outside of my leg. That's just a preference for me. Bring the other one up as well. From there, I'm going to inhale, exhale to come back into a C-shaped curve. I'm going to lift and lower back into my curve and lift up into a hinge, almost like a chest expansion. Squeeze your legs. See how much you can take out of your hip flexors. And lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. From there, I'm going to scoot forward now on my machine, bringing my booty as close to my shoulder blocks as I can. Hold on to your shoulder blocks as you articulate back, coming into a C-shaped curve. Now staying here, we're going to tuck, lifting our tail, bringing our knees towards our nose, and then I'm going to release. It's a very small movement. I'm starting in tabletop. I'm going to imprint my low back that I had lifted in the neutral spine, and lift, and lower, and come back to neutral, and tuck, neutral. Really feeling those lower abdominals kick on. And now, using the curl up move that we did earlier along with the reverse ab curl, we're going to do and lower. We're going to bring them both together. Drawing our knee towards our nose and our nose towards our knee. As if we're rolling pulley. Here's 6 and 7 and here's 8. From there, place your feet down on your headrest. Rest your head in your hands and lean your shoulder blades back onto your carriage. If you're not tall enough, or if you're too tall to do this, go ahead and sit all the way up if it's more comfortable for you. From there, I'm going to bring my legs up to tabletop. I'm going to inhale, exhale to curl. I'm going to extend my right leg, and using my abdominals, I'm going to pull it back. Bringing my knee further, as long as I don't have hip problems. If I have hip problems, I'm going to stop at 90 degrees. Pull, and range, and pull. Using my lower abs, so I bring it back to the left. Exhale, drop my belly. Here's 7. And 1 more. And 8. Staying in the curl, I'm going to extend my left leg. Bring it back and exhale and pull it further. Inhale. Here's 3. Curl up a little deeper. I know I sunk. Here's 4. And 5. Here's 6. And 7. Here's 8. From there, I'm going to extend my legs, drop back in, and do a reverse ab curl and release back. And extend. Tabletop. Reverse ab curl and release. Extend. Tabletop. Curl up a little deeper. After this, we get a break. We get a little rest. Here's 7. And here is 8. Bring your feet down. Go ahead and rest back. Rest your head and your hands. If you have long hair, please don't take it all the way back to the springs. When it gets caught, it's very painful, trust me. And so we're just going to rest with our head and our hands. Next are the scissors. We're going to inhale, exhale to curl, bringing both legs up to the ceiling. We're going to extend our right leg down and lift it. When there's tension in the strap, we can drop our left leg. This is more of a hip flexor stretch at this point, or hip flexor lengthening. Try to use your lower abdominals though to lift your leg. Pressing your head in your hands in your head. Make sure that you have a gentle space between your chin and your chest. I heard it described one time by Leah Bartha as having an egg between your chin and your chest. You don't want to crunch your chin so close to your chest that it crushes your egg, but you don't want so much space between your chin and your chest so your egg can get away. We have one more on each side, and then we're going to do double leg lower lift. From here, we're going to lower legs 1, 2, 3. So use your abdominals to lift. You don't want to use your hip flexors here. If you feel as if you're not able to access your abdominals properly, go ahead and frog your legs. Squeeze your inner thighs like on the 100 shoulder. You may find it's easier to access your lower abdominals from here. Really sinking. That was 4. So even after 4, you might feel that it's easier for you to access your lower abdominals by going in the frog position. One more. From here, we're going to come into tabletop. I'm rotating my right leg. I'm extending my left leg and pulling back. And extend. Deepen your rotation, leaving your hips stable. Only rotating from the belly button up. Press your legs against each other, rubbing your left leg out and pulling it back and rubbing it in your inner thigh so everything's drawing to the middling. Come back to the center. We're going to do pulses for 10, 9. Bring your nose to your knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate to the left. Extend your right leg and pull it back in. Squeezing both legs towards each other with your inner thigh. Keeping your hips sacrum completely stable. Curling up really deep. Can you curl up deeper? Inhale. Exhale, drop your belly to your spine and pull your leg back in. 2 more. Curl deeper. 1 more. Curl deeper. Come back to your center. Place your feet. Come into your resting position. Dropping your shoulders down your back. From there, bring one leg to tabletop. The other leg, if you're lying down on your back. Draw your nose to your knee. Rock up. Press back very carefully. We're going to go ahead. Release the straps. We're going to do some short box oblique work. So go ahead and change your machine over for short box work. Place 4 to 5 springs on your machine for safety purposes. Have your safety strap in a good gang. Make sure it's properly attached. Put my foot bar up wrong. Pardon me, balanced body. Oof. Okay, so from there, I'm going to grab my short box, place it right in the middle of my machine, so I don't tip right off the edge. My headrest is down. I'm going to come onto my side. I am on my left hip. I am going to have my leg in a figure 4 position, but if it is more comfortable, please go ahead and dangle your knee over the side of your box. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to get my foot strap, I'm going to place my other foot down for safety. As I place my right foot under, come back into the position. Hold on, letting my leg come right out of my hip. It's not behind me, because otherwise you're going to twist in your body. We're getting pure side work here. I'm going to place my head in my hands, pressing my head in my hands in my head, so my chin doesn't crunch into my chest. I'm going to come over into a side oblique position. I'm going to do a rib shift down and up. I'm just shifting my ribs, drawing my belly to my spine, making sure that my hips are staying stacked. My shoulders are stacked. 7 and 8. From there, I'm going to curl over, reaching my elbow towards my headrest as if I'm curling over a ball, and back up, bringing my elbow up. I never pop down so far that my foot releases from my hold. I'm going to curl down. Exhale to curl up with control. And inhale. And exhale. Here's 3 or 4. Got it. 5. Dropping your belly to your spine. 6. Not letting your ribs flare. 2 more. 7. And 8. From there, we're going to come back into the side stretch position. So from our heel to the head is one swim line. We're going to reach our arms out to a T. Rotate, not rotate your hips, and back. Airplane, rotate down so that you're looking at the floor, and back. Or rotate, bring your arms parallel, and back. Here's 4. 5, twist it out, drawing your belly button to your spine. 6. 2 more. Fun, right? And 8. And back to center. Find your headrest. Bring your hand down on your headrest or your elbow and stretch over, reaching over into your head and to the well. Really releasing down your side. Feel this stretch all the way down through your foot, the foot strap. Now we're going to float up. Bring your hand to the headrest. Using your obliques one more time to sit up on that side. Bring your hand across your knee, palm up to the ceiling. Bring your other hand across. My foot is pressing into my seating platform at this point. I have my bicep up on the air on the top side. I'm not shrugging my shoulder, but I'm drawing it down my back still. I'm going to come back up to the center. From there, I'm going to come to the center. I'm going to make sure I have a hand's width between my tailbone and the end of my machine. I'm going to bring my hands out in front of me. My palms are reaching up for the ceiling as if I'm doing serving because I don't want my shoulders to pop up into my ears. I'm going to inhale, tuck my tail, come back into a roll-up position, drawing my ribs to my hips. I'm going to articulate back up, coming straight up to the ceiling. Now, I'm going to tuck my tail and come back again, but my head's still reaching up as I roll back. I'm not crunching over, crunching my chin on my chest. And up. 4. There's 5. Really stretch out your hip flexors. You'll know if you begin to pop into your hip flexors, because what will happen is that you'll crease there. Pop like this. You'll feel it in your low back. 1 more, stay back there. We're going to add on. Stay in there. Drop your belly. Reach your arms up with your shoulders down and back down. I'm not changing the flip of my palm. When my arms come up, my palms are reaching for behind me, to the back wall, to the risers, to the back of my machine. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Come up. From there, we're going to go back. We're going to add on again. This time, flip your hands down to the ground. So your palms are facing down to the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your tail. Top your head straight up to the ceiling. So bring your ribs here. We're going to pull back. Bringing our thumbs to hook our underarms and sliding them back out as if we're sliding our arms along a table. That is underarm height. Here's 4. Reach your elbows behind you. 5. And here is 6. And up. From there, we're going to shake up our legs real fast. Hop right back up into it. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms back out to the T. Flip your hands up in a field goal position. Reach up, bring your biceps right here, not squeezing them. And pull down, drawing your shoulder blades on your back. And reach and pull as if you're pulling through mud. Inhale and exhale. One more. Reach your arms back up to the front. Drop your shoulders and articulate up. Guys, we have one more. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your tailbone back. Bring your arms out to a T position. Flip your palms back and pulse back. Squeezing your shoulder blades, not pulling your hands back. I'm tweezing my shoulder blades at the bottom tips of my shoulder blades. Dropping my belly. Reach your arms up. I'm going to bring my feet up to my carriage. I'm going to have my feet separated wider than hip width. I'm going to come down through the center. Place my hands on the inside of my feet, allowing my head to drop towards the springs if I'm comfortable with that. If you'd like to add on, take your hand to the out behind your leg and bring your hand to the outside of your foot to deepen your stretch. So I've threaded my hands behind my knees, rounding over, breathing deeply. Go ahead and unhook your hands. Articulate your spine back up to sitting. From there, we're going to move on to the right side for our oblique work. I'm going to locate my safety strap. Give it another tug to make sure it's still safe. Place my foot down. Again, if you have knee problems or if it bothers you, hook your leg over the front of the machine so that your foot's dangling directly down to the ground, perpendicular with the ground. I'm going to bring my front of my shin parallel with the front edge of my short box. My foot is not coming out behind me, coming out to my side, maybe slightly in front. I'm going to place my head in my hands. Press my head in my hands and my hands into my head for a nice long lengthened neck. From there, I'm going to rotate down to the side, coming into a straight line from the tip of my head, out the heel of my foot. I'm going to rib shift down and up. That's all that's moving. Or my ribs are shifting slightly. And exhale. Make sure you're not popping your ribs. Your ribs are drawn in and together as if you're wearing a corset, and your abdominals are coming up and in. Here's 7 and 8. From there, I'm going to come over as if I'm coming over a barrel or a ball and coming right back up. Bringing my elbow towards the foot bar and not letting my foot drop. I'm keeping tension in the strap. Coming over, dipping my elbow down towards my headrest, coming back up. Bringing my elbow towards the foot bar. And here's 3. Again, make sure your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked. You're in a straight line. As you twist, this will only make this more painful, if you can believe it. Halfway there. Here's 5. Inhale. And exhale, lift. Press your head in your hands. Don't crunch your chin. Final 1. Come back out in the side angle. Bring your arms out to a T. Rotate down, twisting across, bringing your ribs to the ground and back to the side. And airplane. And back. Here's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Belly to spine. And here is 8. Bring your hand to find your headrest. Reach over your head. Bring your bicep here. If that's comfortable, go ahead and bring your forearm onto your headrest. Reaching into the well. Really feeling the stretch. Allowing your foot to stretch longer underneath the foot strap. Reaching up through your fingertips. From there, locate the headrest with your hand. Come back up to sitting with control. Reach your hand across, flipping the palm up. Bring your upper arm over your head, bicep by your ear, reaching towards the foot bar. I have relaxed my foot strap, foot onto the standing platform at this point. I'm going to come back up through the center. Good job, guys. I'm going to come back in. I release my bar, my carriage away from my standing platform before I do short box exercises. I'm going to fix my machine. I'm going to bring it back to the original position for my footwork and stuff. We're going to do some plank work with the short box. I want to make sure that I'm in at my original position. I'm going to come down onto my knees. My heels are going to be directly behind my sits bone. So my knees are going to be separated slightly. I'm not hip width apart. People think that that's much larger than it actually is. But my heels are going to come out of my sits bones on the back. I've lined up my forearms coming straight out of my shoulders, lined up over my shoulder blocks. I'm going to inhale, exhale, lighten my knees, come to hovering over the carriage and drop my knees. Inhale, exhale, drawing in my lower abdominals to hover and release. One more, I'm not tucking my pelvis to come up. Trying to maintain a neutral spine and lift. And now I'm going to laugh at myself because we have not changed our springs to one medium spring. We were going to go nowhere with our carriage. So I'm going to drop down one medium spring. That's one red spring for myself. Okay. From here, I'm going to inhale, exhale, lighten my legs. And then I'm going to press up by squeezing my glutes. And I'm going to pull back, still hovering my knees. And press. And pull. We're going to go to 6. Abs up and in. Don't poo bear at the front or sink your belly out the front. Stay out. Tandem your feet to one side. I'm going to my left side, so I'm on my right forearm with my right fingertips pointing out to the right side. I have my hand on the front corner for my left hand. I've squared my shoulders. I've squared my hips. I'm going to bend my knees. My back heel comes off. I tap the bumper and I press back out. I'm lifting up out of my side closest to the box. And inhale. Squeeze your inner thighs together to straighten your legs. And 6. Come in halfway and pulse for 1, 2. Squeeze your glutes. 3, 4, 5, 6. Press back out. We're going to pike our hips, raising our booty towards the ceiling, rotating our shoulders to the box, and come back out into a side plank and pike. And down. See if you can tap the bumper gently. And inhale. Oh, don't slam it like I do. And one more. From there, I'm going to bring my arm up to the ceiling. If you're uncomfortable with this, please keep your arm down here. I'm going to tuck, thread in the needle, bring my arm underneath my body, and come back out to a side plank. Again, I'm going to tuck my tail, rounding my back here, to thread the needle, and down. It's not a pike, it's a rounded motion. Here's 5. One more, and 6. From there, I'm going to come back down onto my forearms, rotate through the center. I'm going to saw. I'm going to bring my elbows forward and pull them back onto my lats. Reach and pull. Here's 3, 4. Don't poo bear. Don't reach your tummy out. I'm going to pull back under, tandem my hips to the other side. Sorry, I gotta fix my shirt. I have both my feet on the shoulder standing platform. My right foot's in front of my left. My left fingertips are pointing towards the sides of my machine. My right hand is on the front corner. From there, I'm going to bend my knees, lifting my back foot off, and squeeze my glutes to press back out. 1, and bend, and reach. Squeeze my inner thighs. 5, 4. Here's 5. And reach. Nice long neck. And here is 6. And reach. Come back in halfway and pulse from the glutes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And press all the way out. We're going to pike with a straight back now. Bringing our booties to the ceiling, our shoulders to the box, and come back down. And lift. And exhale. And lift. Halfway there. Here's 4. Please don't do that. I'm so sorry, guys. 5. And here is 6. Now, if you're comfortable, bring your arm up to the ceiling. We're going to round back, pike, threading the needle, and coming back out. And we're going to reach our hand underneath between the box and our feet. And lift. Halfway there. Here's 4. Bring your shoulders to the box. And here's 5. And 1 more. And here is 6. Place your hand back down. Come through center. Bend your knees, allowing them to hover over the carriage and drop them gently. Bring your knees to the box. Sit back onto your heels. Allow your forehead to rest on the box as you reach over. That was a hard one, yes? Take 2 more breaths here. And then inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back on the box. Come up to sitting. We're going to go ahead and get rid of our boxes for right now. I'm going to place 1 red, 1 green, or 1 blue spring on. For me, that is 1 medium and 1 light. I'm going to change my handles back over from the foot straps. We are going to do a chest expansion progression and a thigh stretch. I'm going to come up, squeezing my glutes, drawing my abdominals up and in, maintaining the box of my body that we've been working on this whole time. So my hips are going to be over my shoulders. I am a neutral spine on my knees. Squeezing my glutes, squeeze my inner thighs, squeezing my hamstrings to open up my hip flexors. We don't want any creasy or booties poking out the back. I'm going to place my handles on my wrist like bracelets. And the first thing I'm going to do, and find a comfortable position, is I'm just going to sit back onto my heels. And I'm going to squeeze my glutes, draw my abs up and in, to press my hips open and forward. Nice wide collarbone, and exhale, lift. Here's 3. Feel the energy shooting up out of your head as you lift. 5. And 6. From there, we're going to grab onto the tape. I'm going to inhale. Exhale. As I squeeze forward, I'm going to pull back, squeezing the bottom tips of my shoulder blades, just like when we did the roll back to a T on short backs. Pull back, squeezing my hamstrings and glutes. And pull gently with ease. Reach the tips of your knuckles down as if you're trying to graze the top of a body of water. Now stay up at the top. We're going to release our arms forward, squeezing our glutes the whole time to stay upright. If at any time you want to stay back on the progression that happened previously, please feel free to, so the lower lift is fine. Just to sit back and squeeze up is fine. Right now we're just pulling back. And now we're going to add on even further to a classical chest expansion. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to look to the right. Look center, look left, look center, and release it forward. I'm going to inhale. Exhale, pull back. Look left, center, right, center, and release forward. I have a gentle bend in my elbows. I'm squeezing my glutes and hamstrings the whole time. Right, center, left, center, release. The pressure in the front of my thighs from the shoulder blocks doesn't change because I'm squeezing my glutes the whole time. I'm going to hold on, lifting my arms gently forward to allow the foot bar to come, or to allow the carriage to float back towards the bumper. I'm going to squeeze my glutes and hamstrings, draw my body in the neutral spine position, and as if I'm going back between two panes of glass, I'm going to hinge at my knees, not bending in my hip flexors. I'm going to lift my arms slightly to create a little bit more tension in my reps and float my body back up to the original position. Inhale, exhale to fall back with control, as if you're between two panes of glass. Squeezing it, open up your hip flexors, lift your arms slightly, and float up. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, nice, wide collarbones. If you feel discomfort down the front of your thighs, you're probably doing this right. Let's do 1 more. We're gonna inhale, float back, wide, 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 wide. Right in the front, right in the back. And come back up. Let's go ahead and sit back on to our heels. I'm gonna peg my straps. I'm going to turn around to the front of my machine and bring my foot bar up to the middle position. I have 2 springs on, 1 medium, 1 light, 1 red, 1 blue on my machine. I'm going to maintain that. I'm going to place 1 hand on the foot bar, my opposite hand on the foot bar. Bring my furthest foot, my outside foot, so my toes are tucked and my heel is pressing into the shoulder block. I'm going to press my leg straight by squeezing my glutes and bring my other foot around. So my other foot has my toes tucked and my heel pressing into the foot bar. From there, I'm going to press back, just gently, and pull my machine so my shoulders are over my wrists. I'm just going to do it 3 times. Make sure again that you're not hoovering out the front, squeezing your glutes. From there, I'm going to bring my hand to the center of the machine, my back hand, my left hand. I'm going to rotate to my right side, coming onto the side of my feet. I'm going to come into this position, lifting up out of my side. My hand may be slightly in the front of the middle. I want my shoulder over my wrist. I'm going to raise my hand up and lower. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 1 more. And exhale. I'm going to rotate my shoulders towards the foot bar. Place my right hand back on. Bring my feet back to a center plank. Bring my left hand to the outside. From there, I'm going to press out and pull across in a long stretch. Here's 2. Drawing my shoulders down my back, hollowing out under my arms. I'm going to bring my right hand to slightly in front of the center, towards my left hand. Rotate my feet on the side so they're tandem again. Lifting up out of my side closest. I'm going to bring my arm down my side. I'm going to inhale and lift. So my arms are in a T. Exhale, lower. Squeezing my inner thighs. Squeezing my glutes. Dropping my belly button to my spine as my hand floats down to my side. I'm going to rotate my shoulders to the foot bar, bringing my left hand back down. Bringing my feet back to a center plank. Bringing my right hand back out to the outside. I'm going to bend my knees and gently lower myself to the mat. That was a variation of star. From here, we're going to go ahead and do Mermaid with a chest expansion. I'm going to place 1 medium spring on, or one heavy spring on. 1 medium spring is more than adequate. 1 medium and 1 light is good too. I'm going to come into a classical mermaid position where my shins are stacked, press up against the shoulder block. Variations, figure 4 position where your bottom leg, your shin is parallel with the outside of your reformer, or crisscross applesauce, or you really can't do this, but if you can't do anything else, go ahead and try to keep your feet light on this side so that you can still do the mermaid side bend variations. We're going to come back up. We're going to bend our elbow towards our side, bring it in towards our, straighten our arm as we float over. Reaching long, reach up out of your fingertips to really stretch. Get that good stretch after you did all of that oblique work. Bend your elbow as you begin to just sit up. Flip your arms up. Reach back for your peg or your shoulder block. Pull yourself towards the uprights of the back of your machine. Arms out to a T. Place your hand on your foot bar. Exhale. Reach over the bar. Bend your elbow in. Float your body up. Bring your body across. Reaching in towards the well. Final one, we're going to add on. If you're not comfortable with that, please just keep on doing the classical mermaid. And reach over. Rotate your body towards the springs, bringing your shoulders towards the foot bar. Place your top hand on the foot bar. Bring your bottom hand out to the side. From there, we're going to reach up, expanding our chest, coming into a swan-like position. Not bring your neck to the back. Keep your head aligned with a gentle curve of your spine. Press out, drawing your belly button to your spine. Really enjoying the twist. And up, and lower. We'll do one more. Inhale, and exhale. Bring your back hand back towards the front. Float your top hand off. Rotate to the side. Bend your elbow into your body as you come up. Arms to a T. Flip over towards the back of your machine. And one final counter stretch. From there, we're going to turn to the other side. Again, variations of your legs for this. Classical mermaid with your shins stacked on top of each other. The figure 4 with your bottom shin parallel to the side of your reformer. Or a crisscross applesauce, please flip the switch of your leg. Or if you can't do any of those, dangle your legs off the side. Please flip your legs up so that they're not dragging the entire time. Place my hand on the foot bar, slightly in front of my body. Bending my elbow towards my hip. I'm going to straighten my elbows. I reach up, reaching over long, leaving my body step, not twisting it front or back. I'm going to bend my elbow as I draw my shoulder blade down my back. Reach my arms up and over. Reach my bicep out my ear. Reaching towards the back of the machine. Flip back out to a T. Place my hand on the foot bar. Straighten my elbow to reach over. With control, drawing my belly to my spine. Bending my elbow in. Drawing my shoulders down my back. Floating up and over. After this, we're going to add on. Arms out to a T. Hand down. Gently press out. Reach across the foot bar with energy. Rotate your shoulders to the springs. Place your top hand down. Your back hand out wide. You're going to pull up into a spine extension. Don't drop, don't raise your shoulder up to your ear like I just did. And press back out. And articulate up, snaking your head up first. And reach out. One more. Bring your back hand to the original position. Float your front hand off. Looking at the springs. Rotate to the side. Bend your elbow to come up. Mermaid is not just a stretch, it is an exercise in and of itself, reaching towards the end of your machine. Come back up through the center. I hope you will enjoy the full body workout. I know that I certainly worked up a sweat and felt the shakes all at the same time. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.